future millionaires? We back with another banger, man. So it is official. The time has come where the Shibarium documents have been released. Now we get to take a look at what that burn rate is expected to be. So let's take a look. Satoshi retweeted this tweet here saying, hi Shib Army, we are happy to announce the Shibarium's testnet is running again. You can now access the docs to learn how to set up your equipment and understand how Shibarium works. You will find the docs here. So let's click this link here, check out what these documents have to say. So, okay, let's zoom in. So as you can see here, we have a few tabs here on the left hand side in the left menu panel where it says welcome to Shibarium. So we get an overview of the welcome to Shibarium part, second overview I guess of the entire documents. Then we get a section that says deploy smart contracts. Then we get a section that says MetaMask installation and setup web3 RPC URL. And then we get a section that says architecture. Then we get a section that says security models. Then we get a section that says staking, validators, and delegators. Then we get delegate testnet, then validate testnet, staking manager, then burns. So we're going to read this first welcome to Shibarium portion, and then we're going to read the burn portion of the Shibarium document. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, tune in to the channel. I drop videos every single day, keeping you informed and up to date with the latest news in the markets. So welcome to Shibarium. Shibarium was first proposed by Ryoshi, the creator of Shiba Inu, as a blockchain layer 2 solution. Ryoshi believed that to achieve true decentralization, a community must have its own low-cost blockchain solution. For this reason, Shibarium was presented as one of the primary goals of the Shiba Inu experiment, as it theoretically would reduce transaction fees for those involved in the Shiba ecosystem. Ryoshi initially stated that Shibarium's transaction fees will be minimal, if not zero. Shibarium will offer low fees for every service, game, or application built on it, explained the Shiba project lead, who goes by the name Satoshi Kasuma. Seconds for less than pennies is the goal turnaround time for transactions. So although one of the most secure blockchains in existence, Ethereum faces a number of challenges, including high gas fees. The Shiboshi NFTs were affected by heavy gas prices, as Shiba relied heavily on Ethereum's network. In the same vein as other projects, Shibarium, the layer 2 solution, will also feature a simple and effective SHIB burning mechanism. Moreover, Shibarium is designed to facilitate it and may also serve as a bridge between different ecosystems. So continue reading to see how Bone, as a primary gas token for Shibarium, continues to evolve in the Shiba Inu ecosystem. So we can click that next arrow right here to go to overview. Let's see what they have here. So the overview has Ethereum, Shibarium's foundation, Shibarium, the blockchain of the people, benefits of using Shibarium. It says security, transparency, efficiency, cost-effective, and decentralization. So we're gonna probably just skim through these different pages of the documents and then focus a little more on the burn section. So Shibarium POS chain. It says Shibarium proof of stake chain utilizes side chains to process transactions, resulting in unparalleled transaction speed and cost efficiency. POS also guarantees asset security by employing the reliable plasma bridge framework and a decentralized network of POS validators. So speed, scalability, flexibility, and simplicity. Cost. In the current world, businesses must utilize Web3 to stay competitive, but it's hard to do so when fees are prohibitive. Shibarium solves this by keeping many transactions below 1 cent. So that's something we need to pay attention to. Many of the transactions on Shibarium will be less than 1 cent. So, I don't know if it's dependent on transaction size. It could mean, you can do $100,000 transaction and the fee still be less than 1 cent or 1 cent. You could do possibly $1 million transaction and the fee still be possibly 1 cent. So that's one thing we want to pay attention to when it comes to doing our math later on. So let's see. Currently, Shibarium POS chain provides the following service: send, receive, and store your assets on the Shibarium network with the Shibarium wallet. Shibarium bridge for cross network withdrawals and deposits. Staking with Shibarium. Staking, get rewards for staking. So we got the Ethereum plus Shibarium bridge. Talks about POS versus plasma. We get a short description of it. We get the structure, deposit, withdrawal, security, support standards. Withdrawal Shibarium to Ethereum, 1 checkpoint, 30 minutes to 6 hours. Call to the process exit procedure on Ethereum's contract. So this is for, those who, want more technical information. I'm pretty sure most people pulling up on this video are going to want to get to the burn. So deploy smart contracts. There's information here on how to do that with some graphics as well to walk you through it. And then we got the MetaMask installation and setup Web3 RPC URL. So you can take a look at these images here, follow along to do that if that interests you. Also, we got the architecture section, Ethereum layer, Heimdall layer, and it talks about a good bit of information as we go into it. Also have the board layer as well. Then we go over to security models, proof of stake security for developers, plasma security for developers, hybrid. So a lot of information here in a concise manner as well. I like the fact that it's not, just dragging on for pages and pages. So if you really did want to get an understanding on what each one of these tabs mean, you could do that, in probably less than, a 5-minute read for each page. So delegate testnet, we can see delegators frequently asked questions. We can see validate testnet, staking manager, and some of these menu options open up more as you as you click on them. So let's get to the burn section. So this is the one section we're going to focus in on this video, and see if we can possibly do some math or determine how significant that Shiba Inu burn will be. So burns. When a user makes a transaction on the network, the base fee is locked on a contract on Shibarium, while the priority fee is paid to the validator. So they emphasize the difference between the two. So the base fee and the priority fee. Base fee is locked on a contract on Shibarium, while the priority fee is paid to the validator. This base fee will be split in 70% burned and 30% set aside to maintain the network. So 70% of that base fee only, not the priority fee. 70% of the base fee will be burned, and 30% of that will go towards possibly back to the team, or just keeping up with the ecosystem. Once a certain amount of bone, 25,000, is accumulated in the burn contract, users can start the burn process from Shibarium. Once this process starts, accumulated bone are sent to Ethereum's layer 1, where an automated swap for SHIB takes place, and this amount gets burned, calling its contract function. It is comparable to a withdrawal transaction, but instead of receiving tokens, they are burned and taken out of the total supply. So that bone that's used for gas, the transaction fee will be paid in bone. So a portion of that fee will be, taken. So let's say that fee is 1 cent. That 1 cent will be going back to the Ethereum contract, where 30% or 70% of it will be burned, and 30% will be set aside going to team and development purposes. So that gives us pretty much an idea. If we read majority of transactions on Shibarium will be less than 1 cent, you can just do the math right there. 70% of 1 cent. So let's see if we can get any other pieces to add to this equation. Users will be able to use specific portals. Users will be able to use a specific portal on Shibarium's website for this process. Anyone can initiate these burns by just clicking initiate burn, and they will need to complete the process by confirming a few transactions to allow the layer migration. Once the process is complete, SHIB tokens will be directly taken out of circulation, and this will be reflected on the total max supply. So it looks like there's actually a function or a feature that we would have to participate in by actually clicking it, telling the contract to activate this burn sequence. It's not something that it doesn't appear to be something that will be done automatically. I'm not sure. So it looks like if you want that burn feature to let me see. Let's break this down a little bit further. Let's go over this one more time. So anyone can initiate these burns by just clicking initiate burn, and they will need to complete the process by confirming a few transactions to allow the layer migration. Once the process is complete, SHIB tokens will be directly taken out of circulation, and this will be reflected on the total max supply. So I'm curious, because it says that a person will have to click initiate burn. I'm wondering, what if someone attempts to do a transaction on Shibarium without going back and clicking this initiate burn sequence. So I wonder, is this initiate burn a part of what they would have to click in order to make the initial transaction go through anyway? If that's the case, then, you know, that could be fine. And then, you know, when you do a transaction on a decentralized exchange, you usually have to look at your phone and click connect, or click, not connect, but click approve and things like that. So it looks like it's something similar to that aspect. So not something that we're not used to, but I just hope it would be something that's automatically implemented. If someone wanted to do a transaction on Shibarium, I'm hoping there's no choice but to burn Shiba Inu through this burn feature, even if that person doesn't choose to click initiate burn. So what is the difference between base fee and priority fee? The base fee is a crucial component of the transaction fees on a blockchain. It represents the minimum amount that a transaction must pay in order to be considered valid. The base fee can fluctuate with each block and is influenced by the level of congestion in the network. Specifically, if the previous block is close to being full, the base fee will increase, and vice versa. One key feature of the base fee is that it is burned, which means it is not paid to the block producer, such as a miner or validator. This helps to prevent the base fee from becoming a profit center for those who control the network. Instead, it ensures that the fee is used solely to prioritize transactions and maintain the security of the blockchain. So I like that. The majority of that fee, that 70%, is, you know, not being paid out to people who are running everything, and, you know, keeping them, you know, basically with their fangs out, with the you know, within the mindset of, you know, making more money off people per transaction, versus just letting it go through the way it should, you know, nice and fair, allowing that 70% to go to burn, and remaining portion to go to those that, you know, plan on validating or, you know, running the network. So let's see where we left off. Okay, so we're talking about the base fee versus the priority fee. So one key feature of the base fee is that it is burned, which means it's not paid to the block producer, such as a miner or validator. This helps to prevent the base fee from becoming a profit center for those who control the network. Instead, it ensures that the fee is used solely to prioritize transactions and maintain the security of the blockchain. On the other hand, the priority fee is the amount a transaction pays to a block producer when it gets included in a block. However, the max priority fee is the maximum amount a transaction is willing to pay, as the block producer may choose to accept less. To limit the amount paid, a max gas fee can be set, which is the total fee a transaction is willing to pay. So let's go over that one more time. On the other hand, the priority fee is the amount a transaction pays to a block producer when it gets included in the block. However, the max priority fee is the maximum amount a transaction is willing to pay, as the block producer may choose to accept less. To limit the amount paid, a max gas fee can be set, which is the total fee a transaction is willing to pay. So the priority fee goes to the block producer who successfully includes the transaction in a block. This incentivizes validators to include transactions with higher priority fees in their blocks. With higher, my bad, y'all. So this incentivizes validators to include transactions with higher priority fees in their blocks, as they will earn more rewards for doing so. So example, let's say the current base fee on Shibarium network is X bone, and the priority fee for a particular transaction is set at Y bone. When a validator includes this transaction in a block, they will receive the Y bone priority fee as a reward for including the transaction. However, the X bone base fee is not paid to the validator. Instead, it is converted into shib and burned, which means it is removed from circulation and effectively reduces the total supply of shib over time. This mechanism helps to prevent inflation and ensures that miners/validators do not have an incentive to artificially increase the base fee in order to earn more rewards. So that's basically all we got for the talking about the, you know, the burn rate. We were told that majority of transactions will be 1 cent or less. So we know that 70% of that of the base fee that will be charged on that transaction will be going directly to burning Shiba Inu. So it doesn't really give us, you know, it doesn't tell us, you know, we would have to see a sample of transaction fees or rates in order to try to, you know, see what that math could be. But basically 70% of a penny is what it's sounding like so far. So that would be a lot of transactions that would need to take place over Shibarium, you know, to really ramp that burn rate up, which it is possible, because if you think about the amount of dApps that will be built, the amount of, you know, programs and games and possible cryptocurrencies that will be built. We got people, you know, looking to build all different types of utilities. So every time someone uses one of these utilities over Shibarium, it will create a transaction, and in turn, you know, increase that burn and remove tokens from the circulating supply. So that's what we are, you know, excited about. It's what we're looking forward to. I'm going to do a little more digging on this, you know, to see if we can get a few examples on the channel of how this burn rate may actually look. And I'll be back with another video for y'all on that one. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, and we are out.